more people are gonna be involved in riding the Trans-Euro Trail Italy. I'm gonna show you guys a little bit around the trail of west-east part of Trans-Euro Trail. So I'm planning to upload 3 videos, one for the north part of Italy, one for Sardinia, and one for Sicily. So everyone that is approaching the Trans-Euro Trail Italy for the first time can actually find some information, useful information to navigate themselves in this adventure, in this journey. And first of all, my name is Simone. I am the linesman of Italy Trans-Euro Trail. So I'm in charge of the coordination and development of the activities related to the Trans-Euro Trail in Italy. I'll try to keep this video not too long, so I'm setting up my time, my chrono, so I'll try to keep it below 10 minutes. And I'll show you leg by leg, starting from Liguria region up to Friuli Venezia Giulia region, what the Trans-Euro Trail West-East is about. So starting from Trail 1, short leg covers a little bit from the border with France to the seaside, basically, of Liguria region. So this basically it goes through really nice mountains in the back of Liguria region, and it basically ends in Savona, where you can actually take ferries for Corsica or for Sardinia, or for many other places actually. Nothing special about this leg. Mainly some mountains trails. Some of them are through forest, so really nice trails. Yeah, there are like some info point about other restaurants and so on. Very important to say about this part of the Trans-Euro Trail is that I highly suggest to have at least semi-off-road tires on your motorbike, something like 30-70, 30%, at least 30% off-road tires. Better 50-50, depending on where you come from, if you need to cover a lot of kilometers on a highway or not. But I would say in general, the west-east side of the Trans-Euro Trail is not extreme, it's not very hard off-road trails. Most of them are white roads, unpaved, rocky beds roads, so you don't need to have like a very technical tire. But for sure, these trails, as well as the Sardinia and the Sicily trails, are designed for medium range, medium weight enduro or off-road motorbikes with at least 30-70, 50-50 off-road tires. So to give you some examples of tires, Michelin Anarchy Wild or Continental TKC 80 are good tires for this type of terrains, but you can also go for Metzeler Karoo or Eidenau K60 Scout. And I myself cover part of these legs using as also Metzeler Tourans, for example. So just to say, with a Super Tenere, so pretty heavy bike, and I can easily cover parts of these trails also with that motorbike and with those tires. So nothing too extreme to worry about. Then leg 2, it covers basically it's a second entry point from France. It goes through Liguria, a little bit of Liguria, and then it enters in Piemonte region. Actually, the first part I want to talk about, it's the Via del Sale. Via del Sale, it's a very nice route, very scenic, extremely beautiful. He has some traffic limitations, so please guys check the point of interest that you can find on the GPX file. This is the GPX file you can download from the internet, from the Trans-Euro Trail website. So if you click on the POIs, on the point of interest, you get like the information about tolls, about fees, about the regulations in general. So you can basically check everything directly also on the website if you want to. So this is the entry point and the exit point of the Wiedersale. What else is on the, well, the tourist info center in Limone Monesi. Then you can continue. All this leg 2 is partially tarmac and partially unpaved. So we go up north, we follow the main regional road, and then this is like Gardetta. Also here there are like some traffic limitation. You can check here basically when the road is open and when it's not. So again, please check carefully in order to plan your trip. After that, we proceed with leg 2, heading north, and we pass by Strada dei Cannoni. Strada dei Cannoni right now it's forbidden, so they close it. You cannot enter Strada dei Cannoni anymore, and so it's illegal. You just pass by, so it's we created a workaround to avoid Strada dei Cannoni. Then, well, some extra info points about big stones here, like the roads, they sometimes get a little bit trickier, but again, something that can be easily done, so nothing extreme you will find here. And then, again, this is also like Montoso, this is also some traffic limitations here, and again, I don't want to stop like on every single poi, so please check before planning using the GPX file. So after that, we enter like all the very nice set of mountain roads in between, well, Piemonte and Valle d'Aosta basically. So we have the Asietta, the Giafrau, and the Sommelier. So all these parts are really nice roads. They basically conclude leg 2 and they start with leg 3. And again, many regulations. Please check carefully before planning your trip. The roads are former military roads, so used during the First World War. They are pretty wide and well maintained, white roads, so rocky, nothing extreme, a lot of fun. Please be respectful because these roads are shared not only with motorcyclists but also with cyclists and many people hiking. So again, please be careful. Keep in mind that the access of these roads to people with motorbikes, it depends on us, on the way we behave. So after that, as I said, we enter leg 3. We proceed east. In this part, nothing special to highlight. The roads are all very scenic, nothing too difficult. We get closer to well, the central part of the north of Italy, so in between Turin and Milan. We get some roads which are paved roads, mostly paved roads in this part. We have an interest point here, the castle of Briona, something that I suggest to visit sometimes if you have time. And then this is leg number 6 already, end of leg number 4 with the castle of Briona, and the beginning of leg number 6. So leg number 6 goes through the lakes, basically, Lago di Como, and here there are like some important points to consider. There are like some refuge. There is also a ferry to take to cross Lago di Como, if you want to, of course, otherwise you can work around easily. After that we enter leg 7. Leg 7 has some traffic limitations with some mountain roads, especially Strada della Baghina. Recently there are like some updates. I'm uploading a new version with new contents, new information about Strada della Baghina, and white mountain roads, mostly military roads, former military roads. This is continuing like leg number 7. Let me see what we have here. This is a lake, so we continue through the mountains. This should be Hydro Lake, indeed Hydro Lake, and then we approach Lake Garda. Lake Garda we approach from the, let's say, from the mountain side, so from the west to the east, and we approach Lake Garda through the through some very scenic, mostly paved but very very beautiful roads. So even if they are not off-road trails, I highly recommend to take these routes, to don't skip these routes, especially through the Terrazza del Brivido. It's a very scenic point to take pictures. And Strada della Forra. Please watch out that Strada della Forra has new regulations in terms of time of the day that you can drive by, that you can ride by. So during the day it's open. During the day from like in the morning till like 7 p.m. pretty much is allowed only in one direction. During the evening is allowed in both directions. Really, really astonishing road. So keep in mind, it's something that you should definitely do. It's one, I believe it's one of the most beautiful paved roads through these gorges, through these canyons of north of Italy. After that, we circumnavigate. We go around basically the top part of Lake Garda, entering leg number 8, and we start climbing a little bit the Prealps of Veneto region in this case. So we left Lombardia region, we jump into Veneto region. All these roads are mountain roads, mainly used by farmers during the summertime. So again, please be respectful, because these areas, these mountains are very very populated, especially during summertime. And there are like kettles and tourists, hikers, cyclists. So for sure, like north of Italy is not the most empty and wild places on earth. So there are many people enjoying the nature there. So again, be respectful. Nothing too difficult, nothing too complex. Through here you cross really nice places. It's plenty of malga places, which are basically the places where farmers prepare like cheese. So, and some of them they also sell cheese, and they organize also kind of sandwiches, lunches, services, so you can stop there along these mountains and just randomly enjoy a nice lunch in the mountain. At the end of the leg 8, we jump into leg 9, which is a part on tarmac, on paved road, and we go through the Strada delle 52 Gallerie, the 52 galleries, again First World War roads, cross some villages at the border of the Alps, Veneto region again. Here, like a little some detours. This part of detours, which goes, I have to check, around Caltrano. This is a really nice loop that I recommend to do. It's very crowded. Somehow it's very well known among enduro people. So you will find many people enjoying this loop. Some of them are not, unfortunately, are not very respectful, because they basically go there to race, sometimes among friends, and this is not really nice on a public road. So try to give the right, to show respect and give the right example to these people. After that we proceed northeast. Here you have Rifugio Campo Muletto, which is a place where you can spend the night. It's a really nice refuge, bivouac in the night, and they also have a restaurant, especially during summer. Is open almost every day. It's good to place a call to them just to check if they have availability in the evening. And in general, in Italy, everywhere is forbidden to camp outside, to camp below 2,000 meter altitude. So it's forbidden to camp do wild camping. In some areas, they tolerate wild camping, as many parts of Europe. So indeed, keep in mind these the regulations, and if you really want to camp, I cannot say you can camp everywhere, but for sure try to do it in a respectful way if you really want to camp, despite it's not allowed below 2000 meters at least. It's also plenty of campings, so, and sometimes, for example, in Alta Via del Sale, around the refuge, there are like places where you are actually allowed to pitch the tent. So around the refuge, that's possible, especially if the refuge is fully booked. So there are no places to sleep inside. You can always pitch the tent next to the refuge, prior asking to the owner of the refuge, of course. So after this part, we go downhill a little bit and we enter the Valdagno Valley. Really nice old industrial area, and then up again the mountains. Checking. So Pian del Pin, we said, again there are like traffic limitation also in this part, and after this we proceed through the provincial road 47. So it's partially, we alternate with parts of the road are on paved roads and parts are on unpaved roads. There are like some point of interest related to refuges where you can have dinner or you can spend the night on. In this part, it's very important to keep in mind in order to get to Rifugio Capanna degli Alpini, the road it's doable, off-road doable, but can be very difficult when wet. So keep in mind if the day before rain or if it's raining, that it might become very tricky to get up to Rifugio Capanna degli Alpini in Calalzo di Cadore, in Pieve di Cadore, basically village. After this we have another, this is leg 10, we have another deviation to stroll around and enjoy all the panoramic view from the mountains in the Cadore region, basically in the Cadore area. And we proceed east, so riding mostly off-road above Lateis, and we approach Friuli region. Again, it's mostly a mix of paved and unpaved roads. We go up in the mountains, we enjoy some panoramic roads, former military roads from the First World War, and then down to the main villages, to the main cities again. So you will never have problems of fuel or food or water, because it's mostly up and down mountains and then back to, let's say, the main villages or areas. So after that we get very close to the Austrian border and then down to the main paved road, which leads the Trans-Euro-Trail Italy to finish at the border with Slovenia. So this is pretty much it. I think I've tried to share with you guys most part of the useful information. As I said, nothing too complicated, just keep in mind the many regulations, especially in the west part, in terms of permits. I also want to share with you some information about it's a summary, basically. It's an Excel spreadsheet with a summary of the most important regulations and notes for different part of the Trans-Euro-Trail in the north of Italy. And this is an example of a planning for June or September, basically. So you can have some sort of guidance when you're planning your trip, starting from the west side of the West-East Italian Trail towards east. So it starts at Via del Sale and it goes towards the east through Gefferau, Strada della Baghina, and so on. So this is just a reference. Of course, you can plan your own trip according to what you think is going to be your pace, your speed, and your necessities, your priorities. So I just wanted to give you an example. Please check also the website, because every year there are like new regulations or new changes, so it's very hard for me to keep all the time everything updated, so I might miss something. If you see there is something is not like this anymore, please send me an email with the app, using the app, or directly with the email that you can find on the Trans-Euro-Trail webpage. Thank you very much. Again, if you have some questions, I try to touch everything. Most of the information are in the info points you can find when you download the map. Otherwise, you can always send me an email using again the TED email. Thank you very much and enjoy the trail. And again, remember to be respectful with the locals and with the wildlife. Bye.